Breaking news for Social Security recipients across America. President has just signed an executive order authorizing a one-time lump sum payment of $1,495 to all Social Security beneficiaries nationwide. Could this be the financial relief millions of seniors have been waiting for? Is this the solution to combat rising inflation eating away at fixed incomes? We're diving into all the details right now. Before we get into the specifics of this groundbreaking executive order, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any critical updates about your Social Security benefits. If you know someone who collects Social Security, share this video with them immediately. This information could put nearly $1,500 in their pocket. Just yesterday, President signed an executive order directing the Social Security Administration to issue a one-time emergency payment of $1,495 to every American currently receiving Social Security benefits. This includes retired workers, disabled individuals, and SSI recipients, covering approximately 70 million Americans who rely on these benefits. Let's address the most pressing question right away. Why this specific amount of $1,495? According to the executive order, this figure represents an adjustment designed to help offset the impacts of inflation that have disproportionately affected seniors and disabled Americans on fixed incomes. The administration calculated this amount based on the difference between official cost of living adjustments, COLAs, and actual everyday expenses faced by seniors over the past year, particularly in categories like groceries, prescription medications, and utilities. Many of you watching have probably noticed that despite receiving COLA increases, your dollars simply don't stretch as far as they used to. A gallon of milk that cost $3.50 last year might now be $4.50. Your prescription that was $200 might now be $260. These increases have been devastating for those living on fixed incomes, and this payment aims to bridge that gap. But let's take a step back. What exactly is an executive order? And does the president have the authority to authorize these payments? An executive order is a signed directive from the President of the United States that manages operations of the federal government. While presidents cannot create new funding without congressional approval, this executive order redirects previously authorized emergency funds that had been allocated for economic recovery but remained unused. The legal basis for this action stems from the Social Security Act's provisions that allow for emergency adjustments when beneficiaries face extraordinary economic circumstances. The administration is citing Section 702 of the Social Security Act, which grants the Commissioner, under direction of the President, certain administrative authorities during declared emergencies. Now for the question on everyone's mind: when will you receive this payment? According to the Social Security Administration's implementation guidance, the payments will be distributed over the next 60 days, beginning with the oldest and most vulnerable beneficiaries. The distribution will follow the same method you currently receive your monthly benefits. If you get direct deposit, you'll see the $1,495 appear in your account. If you receive paper checks, you'll get a separate check for this amount. Will this payment affect your regular benefits or be subject to taxes? The executive order specifically classifies this as an emergency relief payment, not as an advance on future benefits. This means your regular monthly payments will continue unchanged. Regarding taxation, the order designates this as disaster relief assistance, making it non-taxable for most recipients, though those with substantial additional income should consult with a tax professional. Some critics have questioned the timing of this executive order, coming at the beginning of Trump's second term. Political analysts suggest this move fulfills campaign promises to protect Social Security and provides immediate economic relief to a critical voting demographic. Supporters argue this represents the administration's commitment to addressing the real-world inflation impacts that official statistics often underestimate. Is this a one-time payment or the beginning of a new approach to Social Security adjustments? The executive order itself only authorizes this single payment. However, accompanying statements from the administration indicate that they are reviewing the entire COLA calculation methodology to better reflect the actual expenses faced by seniors. This could potentially lead to more accurate and generous adjustments in the future. How does this impact the long-term solvency of Social Security? This is a crucial question many financial experts are asking. According to the administration, the funding for these payments comes from previously authorized emergency funds, not from the Social Security Trust Fund. This means the payment should not directly impact the program's long-term financial outlook, which remains a separate concern requiring comprehensive reform. For beneficiaries who also receive means-tested benefits like Medicaid or SNAP, food stamps, there's good news. The executive order includes a provision that exempts this payment from being counted as income or resources for determining eligibility for these programs. This ensures that receiving the $1,495 won't jeopardize other critical benefits. What actions should you take now? First, ensure your contact information and direct deposit details are up to date with the Social Security Administration. You can do this by logging into your My Social Security account online or calling the SSA directly. Second, be vigilant about potential scams. Remember that the SSA will never call, text, or email asking for personal information or payment to receive this benefit. Some beneficiaries have expressed concern about how this payment might affect those receiving survivors' benefits or dependent benefits. The executive order makes clear that all benefit categories are included: retirement, disability, survivors, SSI, and dependent benefits. Every person currently receiving a monthly Social Security payment qualifies for this lump sum. Critics and some economists have raised concerns about the inflationary impact of injecting roughly $104 billion into the economy through these payments. The administration counters that this targeted relief will primarily go toward necessities and medical care rather than discretionary spending, minimizing inflationary pressure while addressing critical needs. For the approximately 5 million beneficiaries who have representative payees managing their benefits, the $1,495 payment will be sent to the payee with the same obligations to use the funds in the beneficiary's best interest, in accordance with existing regulations. Is there any action required to receive this payment? No. The payments will be distributed automatically to all current beneficiaries. There is no application process or need to call the SSA to request it. In fact, the SSA has already issued warnings about potential scams telling people they need to apply or provide information to receive this payment. What if you don't receive your payment within the specified timeframe? The SSA is establishing a dedicated hotline for inquiries specifically about these payments, separate from their regular customer service lines. This information will be posted on the official SSA website once the distribution begins. For new Social Security beneficiaries who begin receiving benefits during the distribution period, the executive order includes provisions ensuring they will also receive the payment, though they may be in the later distribution groups. Many viewers have asked whether this payment signals broader changes to Social Security policy. While this executive order addresses immediate economic pressures, the administration has indicated that comprehensive Social Security reform remains a priority to ensure the program's long-term stability and adequacy. This $1,495 payment represents significant recognition of the financial challenges facing Social Security beneficiaries. Whether you're a retiree struggling with rising grocery prices, a disabled individual facing increased medical costs, or someone caring for a dependent who receives benefits, this emergency payment acknowledges the gap between official inflation measures and the real-world experience of those on fixed incomes. Economic experts are divided on the long-term implications of such direct payments. Some argue this sets a precedent for addressing the limitations of the current COLA system, while others express concern about future expectations for similar adjustments outside the established process. It's worth noting that this payment comes at a time when many seniors have already depleted emergency savings coping with post-pandemic inflation. A recent survey found that over 60% of Social Security recipients reported having to choose between food, utilities, or medications at least once in the past year due to budget constraints. In summary, President Executive Order authorizing a $1,495 lump sum payment to all Social Security beneficiaries represents a significant immediate financial boost for approximately 70 million Americans. The payment will be distributed over the next 60 days, is not taxable for most recipients, won't affect eligibility for other benefits, and doesn't require any action on your part to receive. As we continue to monitor the implementation of this executive order and its impact on beneficiaries, we'll provide updates on any developments. Remember that financial relief like this presents an opportunity to address immediate needs, catch up on bills, or perhaps build a small emergency fund for future unexpected expenses. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with family and friends who receive Social Security benefits. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay informed about all developments affecting your retirement security. Drop a comment below with any questions you still have about this payment, and we'll do our best to find answers in our follow-up video. Until next time, this is Senior Benefits Weekly, looking out for your financial well-being in retirement.